going to show you my 9/11 scars. There's two of them. The first one occurred at the identical moment the first building was attacked on 9/11. That was this one right here, I think it was this one. And the second one was about 4 months later, this one. Pretty atrocious, huh? Yeah. I was getting hair transplants done to fix my balding head, and the plastic surgeon caused these kind of scars. And I get lots of compliments like, hey, have you had a lobotomy done? So, my hair, and this is talk about hair and my hair cutting and how I cut my hair. When you start to lose your hair, it becomes almost a tricky process figuring out a way to cut it so that it looks halfway decent or full or whatever. Prior to, I've had 3 hair transplants. Well, first of all, I started losing my hair even almost in high school, and people were giving me crap about going bald already in high school. So, believe it or not, this is the result of, I have some transplants right here. Very few though. I don't know if you can even see them. It's almost meant to fill in this, but it didn't really. It almost looks like the Ray doll effect. It's not quite that bad, but I had follicular transplants done too, and those didn't work. So I had 2. 9/11 occurred for these right here. And there's not that much that it did. It's just that it does fill it in a little bit. Like in the plugs, and it's really not. I don't recommend it because it's really it really scarred the heck up on the back here. I have 9/11 scars, I call them. You can't see them. You can't see them now. I got too much hair back here. But I was wearing when I was going. So I was losing my hair in high school. I started using Rogaine, and that stuff actually works. It does work. It is just a pain in the butt to use it every day and get it, but it worked, and it had basically it pretty much held in there for must have been 9-10 years that I was using it. And then 99, when I sort of lost my mind, and the show enhanced, I guess I became a little depressed and decided for some reason to stop using it. So this is in 99. I stopped using it, and my hair was falling out pretty quick at that point. It was becoming quite noticeable to the wife Maria, and to myself, and thought about using it again, get it back, but I said, I'll just do hair transplants. Been hearing there's some success with that, so 9/11 occurred. On 9/11, I decided, or before this, I decided to schedule an appointment for some transplants, and it looked basic. Had I known that my hair could, if I just let it grow out, and had I known that it could look like this, which is halfway decent. You've seen some of these videos. It's like over here. It doesn't look that bad. Especially, I had an older camera up there. It used to be a different camera, and it kept I could change the background so it's a little bit more darker. And with that, it looks like you can't even tell. That's the other camera. Some of the older videos, you'll see that you can't even see. Anyways, if I were to change I could change this camera a little bit, a little darker setting, and you probably wouldn't even be able to see even this right here. I'm having trouble. Yeah. Anyways, it's more apparent when you're in person with me, but it turns out I've got some interesting hair that it's almost curly, but it's a full-looking hair that it fluffs real nice. I got a good fluff factor. I can fake it well, and I've got actually. This looks like I got a 75% head of hair when I've only got about, I don't know, 10% of the follicles left. 5% maybe. I don't know. It's not good. Anyways, but when I was kept it short. I was cutting it short, and that's why I decided I wanted hair transplants. And this back in 2001, 9/11, 2001. had hair transplants to fill this in, and it did some good here. Oh, whoop, here, it did some good here. But then the second transplants did the same fill in here. Again, the second transplants was plugs that filled in here a little bit. It's just a joke. I think it was Von Meyer. Von Meyer. Let me see the doctor. Anyways, one second. Yeah, his name is Von Meyer. Yeah, it was really interesting. He's actually cutting out the strips in the back of my head for the transplants, and he says, literally, when he cut out the first one, he says, hey, a building was just taken out, or a plane just flew into a building, and I didn't really know what that meant until I got home from the operation. And I was just like, wow, what the heck? So, but it's a pretty massive scar, and people, when they saw my head shaved real close, they thought, there's no way a plastic surgeon did that. There's no way, Chris. You sure you didn't hit your head? You sure you didn't hit your it's really, really bad looking scars. And I was cutting my hair real short. And I didn't know anything better. Didn't realize I should maybe try growing it long. And I could have it would have resulted in this. This is what, anyway, so 2 of those surgeries, and then I decided to try follicular hair transplants, and that was with Bosley, and look at the Bosley link. Those didn't take, but I decided to start growing it out long, and noticed that it wasn't that bad looking. It seemed like I was having a problem. It was looking scruffy or whatever, but I just had to be more patient, and it sort of worked itself to become more solidified on my head. So I've just been, what I've done, part of the reason why I was cutting it short was because of my hair attachments. They had the clippers set on them, and basically they're set for short amount, really a pretty short amount, like maybe a quarter, based on like a 1/4 inch to a 1/2 inch. That's about the length that I could only cut to. So what I did is I got this thing called a RoboCut. It's like a Flowbee, but it's on steroids. It's really nice. You can adjust should show you, but I recommend it to anybody. It's really cool. It's circular cuts, and it's adjustable length, so you can adjust from 0 to 2 inches here, and then you got extensions you can put on. So I cut 2.5 inches, this all over the head. As I can do a haircut in approximately 5 minutes now. That you get, once you get this vacuum set up and this and that, the setup is more time oriented than anything else. But basically, I cut a short right here, and then a layer, next layer here, and then another 3. So 3 shots on each side, different lengths, and it's got tapered, so you cut it real short on here, and then the next length I extended out 1/2 inch, cut out here, and then another half, so it's 1 inch, and then cut here, and I basically so I'm like 2.5 inches here, and then tapered down from about 1.5 inches down to about nothing here, and it works really well. And I recommend a RoboCut. It's nice, very nice. Let me think of something else. See. But yeah, if I had known that my hair could look like this, I would probably never have gotten transplants in the first place. Although I may have wanted to fill this gap right here a little bit. I'm not sure, but I fake it well. I got different. It's a unique kind of hair, because when it's short, it's like, oh my God, people. If I were to cut this short, it'd be like, who are you? And then people think I went to the Bahamas. It's kind of a 1-year span in the Bahamas, and they're like, wow, you got a full head of hair. Wow, what? So it's had I known that just growing it long would fix the problems, would fix this issue. Yeah, it's it's a recommendation for anybody out there that's sort of losing their hair. It's like, hey, just try growing it long. It might not be so bad.